Getting right back to the weekly Forexcast. All right, welcome back. So, starting with the dollar index, you can see that the price of the dollar is still bullish. Looking at this on a weekly, price is still clearly continuing to the upside. It's looking like we're heading to the supply level that I've been anticipating, roughly around 102 or so. All right. So, with that, you could even look at this on the daily, clearly making these higher highs and higher lows. All right, so price is still likely going to continue to give us that bullish trend. With that, we'll see how the majors have been trading in line with that. All right, with the strength of that dollar. All right, so first going over to GBPJPY. So if we look at GJ, the weakness of the yen has been overwhelming all across the board. All currencies, for the most part, has been trading in an uptrend against the weakness of the yen. And we can see, looking at GJ, looking to the left, looking at the history of price, this is the highest price has been since the top that it made here in Brexit in 2016, the summer of 2016. So we can see we're pushing into the summer of 2022. All right, we're heading towards the summer of 2022. So it's been 6 years since it's the highest it's been. So now what price is currently doing? We can look to the left, all right, to really identify what price could be doing. You can see here in the past, this is really roughly around 164. So let's say like a psychological level of 164. All right, you see how here in the past, this horizontal ray I was just drawing. In the past here, you see this was a level of support or demand that it found, right? Once price broke that, it became a level of resistance for that big drop that happened with Brexit in 2016. So we can map out the history of that price and identify where price is at now and react to what price action is showing us. So if we go to what current price is at, price did break above that. All right, looking at this on a weekly, but you see how this weekly candle is forming. You got a nice wick pin bar rejection, could show a sign of some type of price exhaustion. All right, so price could be due for some type of correction. If we look at the daily, price now gave us basically this is an evening star. All right, evening star bearish engulfing. That typically could be a sign of some type of reversal. All right, based off the daily, and you tend to see this at the end of an uptrend or at the high of a price. All right. So I would like to catch some type of corrective move early this week on GJ, or this week on GJ, depending on how price develops. Because now seeing this breakdown on the daily, I will go down to the smaller time frame. All right. And you can see right here, price had to move down, a slight correction, and then we had this breakdown here, right? So with that, I will wait out one or two things. Ideally, I would like to see a retest of this level, all right? Or a retest, a pullback or a retest of structure. So something along the lines of a price could pull back slightly within here, all right, on the retest. Then I will look for that potential continuation down, back down towards 164, all right? So that would be the move I would catch. Now, price comes up, pulls back, and continues, forming another lower low here on the daily. I mean, on here on the 4 hour, and also gives a confirmed strong break below 164. The chances are we're going to go even lower. So with the break of that structure, breaking this higher low structure to the left, also breaking back below this key level of structure of 164, I would look for some type of correction, maybe a retest of that, and then catch the continued wave down. Just continue to ride that corrective wave. Because if it breaks through 164, looking at the weekly, chances are we're going to come back down towards these levels, all right, which is roughly around anywhere between 162 and let's say 161 or so. All right. So depending on how price react around these levels, but I like to look for potential sales. All right. GU. All right. So in VIP, we caught about 60 pips or so on GU on the buy. It was just a short-term corrective move. Because overall, we could clearly see that we still in the downtrend, and my bias overall was still bearish. So we see price slightly pulled up, but then boom, it had this big move, rolling over and looking to the left. It didn't just roll over, but it actually broke below this level of demand. All right, you see this to the left, always look left to go right. This was a major level of demand, roughly around 1.285. All right, if we look to where price came to, it slightly broke below that. All right, slightly broke below that. So we got a huge close on the daily, big close on the weekly. All right, so it's looking like we could still potentially get some more moves to the downside. So I would say look for your pullbacks or corrections So I'll go down to the small hour, the 1 hour, the 2 hour. This is a potential move I would look for on GU. All right, on this pullback, let's price correct itself. All right, and then on a pullback, look for the potential continuation down. All right, that would be my first potential setup I would look for is pullback and look for price to stay below this top that it continued to break down. All right, now if price has a deeper pullback and breaks above that, then chances are, you know, we could possibly pull back deeper, maybe retest, possibly. All right, if price was to come way back here, then I would look for to sell on this retest. All right, but overall, I would say look for continued shorts on GU. All right, for the bigger moves. All right, so it just depends on how much price wants to pull back, but we'll just see how price develop. USD Cad. All right, so I caught this was a nice sell on USD Cad initially when price was looking to the left, previous structure support. All right, so price came back here, retested, bearish engulfing. On this retest, caught a nice sell. You see, we got this big bearish engulfing candle that formed, but then it found support right back at this level, and then boom, you got the bounce. All right. So now we looking at structure now, price continue, and we breaking above structure. We're breaking back above this structure. Looking to the left, this structure was a previous structure support. All right. Previous structure support that also turned resistance in the past. All right. But now seeing that confirm break back above, looking at this on a daily, also on the weekly is looking bullish, strong. This is a strong bullish candle, strong bullish close. So my bias on this now is continue to look for buys. All right, so just keep it simple with this. On this pullback or retest of structure, look for potential continuation up. All right, so we can get a pull down, maybe a retest back at these levels, and look for price to then continuation up towards at least 1.28, between 1.28 and 1.285. All right, look for price to reach towards these levels on the pullback, after the pullback. AUD/USD. All right, so right along, look, all of these pairs that's dollar based, you see it's all going in line with dollar strength. So even with AU is just pulling up. You see at the top, it's forming these lower highs, formed a lower low here, pulled up, forming a lower high, and continue this wave down. So overall, I was still look for on these pullbacks, look for price to continue to the downside. Now it's just a matter of how deep we want to pull back, because we could look at the daily. The daily is this daily close is real strong. All right. The weekly close is real strong. You know, we closing below these strong levels, looking to the left, these strong levels. All right, that's confirming our continuation to the downside. So I will go down to the smaller time frame. And I will look for a continuation. You see, you didn't have much of a pullback at these levels. You had a nice sell, slight corrective move here, continuation. All right, so on this pullback, I will look for a continuation down. First and foremost, well, the first step when I'm looking to trade this, I will see if price want to stay below this corrective pause right here. All right. So maybe get something like this. Maybe price want to come up and retest somewhere around there. All right, and then possibly continue down from there. Okay. That's based off the 1 hour and looking for price to possibly stay below this 4 hour impulsive close. Now, if price comes up and breaks above that, then it's likely that price is going to come back and retest this structure low. All right. So if it breaks above, excuse me, if it continues up, breaks above that 4 hour candle right there, the 4 hour close, then the next point of structure I would look for is the main previous structure low and look for the continuation wave there. But it is a good chance that price won't pull back that deep. All right, but it's still possible. So we just have to keep that in mind. But overall, look for price to continue to the downside, and I will look for this to head at least to 0.72. All right, 0.72, between 0.72 and 0.178. All right, back into this level of demand. All CAD, all right, real quick and simple. All across the board for the most part is weak, or some weakness came in. So we can see, looking to the left, all CAD broke back below this level of structure. You look to the left, this was a major level of demand here in the past, right? So that zone I have drawn in became resistance. One price broke below it, it became resistance, all right, around the level of resistance here, right? You can see right here, once it broke below it, became a level of resistance. So this is a level of structure to pay attention to. So now when price get a firm break below something like this, you look to continue to ride that wave, all right? So now just real simple, just understanding price action and structure. Daily close below this level. We could go down to like the 4 hour. You can even see the 4 hour, nice bearish close below this level. So on these pullbacks, look for price. On these corrective moves, look for this continuation down. All right, I'm expecting price to stay below, all right, this level of structure. All right, so on this pullback, on all CAD, look for the continued move down. And looking at where it can go based off the daily, I mean, the first level I will expect it to hit, of course, is here, right? Roughly around 1.918, that low, this level of support. All right, but looking based off the daily or even the weekly or the major level, I would look for price to come back in here, roughly around 0.912. All right, so I expect it to hit this level as well. So that's all CAD. NZD USD, I sent this out in free Telegram. I also sent this out in VIP, so we can see this was an easy breakdown. Looking to the left to go right. Once price showed his hand, all right, because this is a previous level. This right here is a previous level of demand, term resistance, all right. You can also look at this on a weekly to see it more clearly. Previous level of structure, so resistance here, all right. In the past, it was support here. So once price showed that it gave me a daily close back below this level, all right, looking at this on a daily, once price broke down here, all right, I was expecting just a pullback and continuation. So you just follow structure. Price had a breakdown here on a retest, boom, continuation, lower low. Pull back here, forming another lower high, boom, we got a break of structure there. That was a continuation last week. So now with this, I'm still expecting more sell pressure. So on these pullbacks, look for price to continue down. All right, but it's just a matter of how deep it want to pull back. All right, because this daily close is real strong. I am expecting price to stay below this daily candle. All right, so any pullback, I believe, will stay below that daily candle, and then we continue to ride it out. Because you could look to the left to identify where price could potentially pull back, like roughly somewhere in here, looking at these potential previous support levels. All right, somewhere like that, based off the 4 hour. All right, price could potentially do something like that, come up, retest structure, and then continue. All right. You can even retest previous structure low, you know, which is here. But I don't know if price want to pull back that deep. All right. So you could take your fib as well from this swing to where it's at now. All right. If it pulls back to previous low, that's roughly about 50% pullback, which will be ideal. All right. But if we look at the daily, it will pull back just about this entire daily candle, which I'm not sure if I want to do that with this type of pressure. So maybe 38.2, which would be around 669, or basically you could say 6.7, roughly around 0.67. I could see that possibly happening. All right, if we go down to 1 hour, smaller time frame, you want to watch these levels. So looking at the smaller time frame, like this didn't have much of a pullback either. A slight dip and pullback in price here, and then it continued. All right, so price could still possibly pull really no further than that, and then continue from there. All right, so it could possibly be something like this too. All right, that's a possibility. But we just got to be patient. You know, don't chase price. Overall, on this, let price correct itself. Look for your continued entries. And this could come all the way back down. Really, this could come all the way back down to this low. 0.655, 0.654-ish, back down into this demand level. And lastly, ending it with gold. Looking at gold on the weekly, you can see price basically just came back and retested. Looking to the left, this level of supply, all right, when price has sellers in the past. So we see here on the weekly, price printed this bearish engulfing, bearish shooting star type candle, showing a sign that the sellers are still very much in control. So if we go down to the daily, we can see price continue this breakdown, right? Pin bar, shooting star at the top, bearish engulfing to follow, and we continue to break down. All right, so price is still showing signs of bears to at least, I believe, come back into this level of support. All right, so if we go down to the smaller time frame, let's say like the 4 hour, looking to the left, you can see price broke below structure, broke higher low structure, also broke below structure there, breaking structure low. So you can see right here, usually this is what you want to see. Looking at the 1 hour now, you can see price. This was a level of demand or support in the past. Price broke below it. With a break below structure like that, you want to see a retest. So it did retest right here, then it's continued to move away. So I want to see how price opens this week. But overall, I'm expecting price to stay below this structure here. All right, so price could possibly, maybe pull back one more time after this break below structure. On these pullbacks, I still would look for price to continue to the downside, back down towards these lows. All right, so that's gold. So overall, a lot of moves has happened last week. A lot of value came in. So with these are the pairs that's on my watch list. So let's just be patient. Let's let it come to us as well. If you're new here, be sure to like and subscribe. Also join the feed Telegram if you want to tap in. I see in free signals from time to time. If you're looking for VIP, you can find all that in the bio. But at least join the free Telegram. That will at least help you, and you can still follow these setups. Because I give out the same setups I'm looking at taking, and I give you the projections and everything, so that way you can learn at the same time, be in a position to try to earn taking some of these setups. All right. So I'll see you all in the next session, and y'all be blessed.